All right, you guys, we are back with another community member interview. This time we've got Josh Pinner on, someone who went from roofing, just like myself. We'll get into it, but roofing to remote closing and is doing the damn thing. So, Josh, thanks for coming on.
Appreciate you having me.
If you
Yeah,
guys
so
are, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, the way it all kind of went down, I've talked to Dylan for about 2 years now, something like that, and I was always hesitant because you see all this stuff online and everything, and I was working construction and trying to do roofing for whatever 1 hour I had left after work to try to do sales. I eventually transitioned to sales full time. I thought I was doing really good. I thought it was great. I enjoyed it, but something was missing. I didn't like that I felt handicapped because you could only drive 5 hours a day to get to appointments and stuff when I want to do sales more consistently. So I kept bugging him, and it got to the point where I was like, enough's enough. My buddies actually told me, like, why have you been sitting on that? Won't you do something? So wife supported me. I went ahead and said, screw it. I'm going to go all in. And I even sat on it for like a month or two after I joined. I didn't even keep up with the training, which is on me. And if I knew what I knew now, I would have never done that. And the roofing side of things with insurance and everything like that started getting real weird. I didn't want to be a part of it anymore. And I felt like I could work way harder seeing how many wins are in the community somewhere else. So I applied for my first gig offer and following your process, doing all the training to a T, and no bullshit. First offer landed the interview. I honestly couldn't believe it. And it gave me a lot of sense of relief because I was like, okay, there's still skepticism. I've never done this before. I've never even done online sales before. And I went through a grueling interview process because I applied for the just top one, like shoot for the stars. Why not? Worst they could say is no, right? And they took me. I literally went through it, competed, using the fact that I was a part of this community and the education that you guys provided me. I think we started off with 100 or no, I think I do 1,000 interviews a month, but there was a ton. And I remember competing with 50 people and it went down to 30 to 10 and they selected me, which was no coincidence. I have no sales experience online.
On your first application, and you beat 1,000 to 1 odds.
Yeah. They had 13,000 applications in the last 12 months. They hired 130 people. I was one of them.
Wild, dude. For those of you that are watching this, like, you're looking at the video and you're like, dude, that background is something. That is not usual sales background. Josh is a vet from the Marines, right?
Yeah, Marine Corps.
And funny enough, like, you're now selling an offer that so well aligns with like what you've done, what you're interested in, and it's like kind of acceptable to have weaponry behind you on a sales call. Can you talk a little bit about like the kind of offer you're selling and just like how you're liking it so far?
Yeah, so it's a real estate offer to help veterans or understand their benefits and utilize them to scale a portfolio or just get started, anywhere from buying hotels to buying single or multifamily properties. Unfortunately, we don't have much support once we leave the military and understand that we have no excuse to why we can't do that with what we have from the government that allows us, like the VA and everything. So the company that I sell for and support focuses on just helping vets get off their feet and do something with their lives and gives them a really strong community. So if you have questions, not just through education or bullshit motivational videos, but actual questions with like, I'm stuck here, the community blows up and gives you support. It's second to none. I believe in it. And what's really neat is I get to talk to my brothers and sisters all day long and shoot the shit. I've closed deals while holding a firearm and they're asking me about it. I've showed you some cool videos of me wearing my gear to be funny for one of them, but you don't feel like you're working when you love what you do. And that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Yeah. You said before we started recording that you actually, so you obviously have access to the program, so you know how to like sell it to people and you can believe in it, have conviction, but you've actually used it yourself and gone to buy, is a single family rental?
Yeah. So I had a single family with a VA when I lived in North Carolina, and then I didn't know that I could use a VA again. I would have just sold it, joined the War Room program way back in the day. But I learned, through the process that I can keep that property management on it, rent it out, move into this one, house hack this one, do a bunch of really neat stuff. And it's obviously benefited me significantly along with the connections that I've made. And I'm setting myself up to get a multifamily with the equity on those. Real estate was always the goal. Sales, I fell into out of the military. Like I just fell into it because I wanted to make money, point blank, period. But that's the whole purpose behind why is want to get into real estate.
Yeah.
So it's full circle. Like I was a part of it. I joined an offer from serial sales community and they actually sell for the same people that I've been a part of for years. And even the owner was like, dude, Josh. And I was like, what up? And then now I'm selling for them, and I'm just 1 to 2 a day closing. I mean,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
I want to talk a little bit about why you left roofing because when you were in roofing, if I remember right, dude, like you're closing or like clearing 20K months, some like five figure, just like good stuff. Like you're making money. But besides the fact, and when you said this, I was like, dude, that is exactly why I left because I could only be so many places driving around the city. Like I knew if I could just spend more of that time selling, I would have good opportunity in front of me. But like, what were what were some other reasons that you decided just overall like that in-person, like blue collar type of sales was something you wanted to get away from?
Inconsistency aligning with my values. So I want to help people. I mean, I firmly believe that money is secondary to what you're doing in life. Your money will come if your heart's in the right place. And it's extremely easy to see when you're being salesy or when you actually give a shit about who you're talking to. So I gave my heart and soul. I mean, I've literally brought Thanksgiving dinner to a client before because they were an elder couple with no family around them. Like I cared. I started to recognize that I am not selling nearly 10% of what I can do because I would work, not even kidding, sunrise to sometimes midnight, 1 in the morning coming home. I would go until 3 in the morning putting signs up in different cities just to hope we got a call and I got the lead without getting paid to do so. I mean, there was no
Mhm.
shortage of my ability to work hard. But even though I was doing that, I had to sell my truck. I had a Raptor because it was too much on gas. I got a Jetta. Like it's just a bunch of dumb shit took place. And I started realizing, like, dude, no matter what I do, I'm still gonna be driving for 5, 6 hours of sunlight. And I want to be in front of a camera, in front of a screen, selling back to back to back. That's all I want
Yeah.
to do. I'm good at that. Not the greatest, but I learned quickly. And I never got
Yeah.
taught how to sell in roofing. I figured it out. And now I'm getting actual teaching, like coaching from your community. And then further, what people don't realize is when you get to your offer, they also train you on a regular basis. So it's just an abundance of knowledge and stuff coming in. You're not going to forget what you learn, right? It just stacks. And you get to the
Yeah.
point where you're at our level where my first 30 days on and offer, I cleared 15K.
Yeah. So the other day you posted, you took a little breather earlier this month, but you posted first day back. I think you closed four deals, 28 grand, 10% commission. How
three
does that
hours.
compare? Like, what's that?
In 3 hours.
In 3 hours. How does that compare to making 2,800 bucks selling roofs? Like
Oh,
the process,
dude,
I mean, 3 hours from home.
I first off, getting up and wearing basketball shorts and a t-shirt that I got to the from the gym and I'm wearing the same thing and I made a deal already today, right? Like waking up, putting on jeans, boots, button up, walking neighborhoods, knocking doors, getting told to go after yourself, right? Like it doesn't compare, right? You close the deal, you sign it, you hope to God the insurance is going to show up and actually approve it. Then you got to wait a month or two for the check to come in. Then you got to wait for it to process. You got to get paid on it eventually, maybe in a week or two. I mean, we're talking a roof can be a month and a half before you see the paycheck. And it is lucrative. You can make a ton of money. Just doesn't mean that it's right for me anymore.
Yeah. What aside from the money, you've got your earning back up to like competitive with roofing, but now you're doing it with like so much more flexibility. I don't know if you've like done any kind of traveling now and like work remote now that you
Yeah, I
can,
closed two
but
deals in North Carolina. I drove out there to visit my boys, pulled my laptop up, closed two
there you
deals, went
go.
down and went shooting and hung out with them in the woods.
Yeah, that's when it really hits, dude. You're like, "Oh yeah, this is awesome." Like I'm not even in the home state right now and I can do this. But I know you said you have a wife. I think you got some dogs too. Like just money aside, like with now like you being home more, like what are you able to do that you weren't able to do before when you were driving everywhere, working sun up, sundown?
I mean, I block off whenever I don't want to work. I go to the gym. I have a block off for doing cardio, walking the neighborhood, touching some grass. I got time blocked off to go feed my dogs and just sit on the couch and hang out. You know, if I want to go to the bathroom, I just have block offs. They have sections in between calls, so I get breaks. I can do that. I'm not living out of gas station food anymore because that's all
Dude.
you do on the road.
Yeah.
Like I'm overall healthier, better, mentally better. I'm able to be done working, turn my computer off, and go to bed and spend time with my wife.
Mhm.
There's nothing that comes close to the freedom that this provides you. As long as you
Yeah.
do it properly. People need to understand that there is an incorrect way to go about this. And if you'll work 24 hours and then what are you doing? Like you need to have time for yourself. there's a whole purpose behind making the money and also having a life.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, there's a guy that came through here. I don't think you ever met him. I maybe actually have sent you his case study, but former military, you guys are very similar. But dude, there's just a certain type of person that is going to figure it out, whether they have all the tools that make it easy or not. I think you kind of have that figure it out ability. Whereas someone watching this, like, Josh's situation and the outcome, like you in your first full month made 15 grand, right? Like about
Mhm.
so like, I don't know. I just want to like say this to people is like, I don't want to come in here and make this sound like this is the case for every single person because in reality, like Josh is the type of guy that's like he's gonna win. Like he's gonna figure out how to win. A lot of people just don't have even salespeople, dude. A lot of salespeople just do not innately have that. They say they do, they think they do, but they when it comes down to it, like they don't have it. Kind of building off the back of that, we had a call. It was like it must have been 2022, 2023.
Yeah, when we
We
first
spoke for
met.
like hour and a half or something, and we kind of had the call, and it was more of just like a conversation. But through that time, when you and I had the first call, and we stayed in touch, talking here and there, you're probably checking out some content. What was going through your mind? Like you're making money, you're starting to realize I don't really like roofing, or you had already realized it, but like you're trying to make the escape plan. But like, what were you seeing? Whether it was through like like through the content we are making or through stuff in the industry or results, what were you seeing that was like, fuck, dude, like I really need to do this now? Or like, yeah, less focusing about why you got away from roofing, more focusing on like why you wanted to push into this specifically.
I didn't know this existed. I didn't even think it was a possibility. So inherently, I had a lot of speculation and hesitation to join. I think the fact that I got to talk to you one on one, especially before this like blew up, because I'll tell you right now, your community has like quadrupled since I even started talking to you. It's insane. And that also spoke volumes. But seeing the wins on a regular basis, you start to feel like I'm missing out because I'm choosing to miss out. It's not
Yeah.
whatsoever something that you like, when people say if you want something bad enough, you'll figure it out, right? Like this isn't some $100,000 program. Like you will figure it out if you want it bad enough. And if I knew what I would achieve once I came in here, I would have found how to get in here the moment I talked to you.
Yeah.
But I'm also confident that after seeing everything you've provided and speaking with you and you answering me whenever I asked a question, even just checking up on you, like just saying how you're doing, it showed that this isn't some gimmicky thing where it's like we're just trying to bring people in. It's like, no, you're trying to be a part of a community of people that really do give a shit about you and will give you what you need to succeed. Obviously, you have to do so yourself, but you don't
Yeah.
feel alone. At no point in time when I was applying for jobs and stuff did I feel like I didn't have support. I could message anybody, ask questions. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah. When you applied to like 3 jobs.
Yeah.
You applied to one, got it, but it was within an agency. The first one wasn't like the one you were looking for, got put onto another one. That's the one where you started crushing. But between that, when it was kind of slow, you said you submitted like 2 applications and had 2 interviews, right?
So the first application I ever put in is the one I work at now. Like I landed it, which speaks volumes. I didn't think it was a good fit for me because I wasn't set up on a good offer at the time, which we let them go. But I
Yeah.
didn't know. I thought it was me. Like I'm a brand new sales rep. Nobody's gonna believe me that I'm good or bad. And I recognize that. So I was like, okay, I was kind of freaking out. I was like, thought this was my one chance to whatever, because I love the company that I got set up with. I would want to go anywhere. But also, if anybody's stressed out about being in a bad offer or whatever, not even kidding. Same day I decided I need to go back to serial sales and just apply for other jobs. I went on the spreadsheet because you can go in the spreadsheet and see all of them. You don't have to keep scrolling. And I applied for 2 jobs and no bullshit. Same day, I had 2 interviews immediately for the week from both jobs
For like
directly to
closing
the hiring
roles.
man.
Were they like solid closing roles or what kind of jobs?
Yeah, there were closing roles that had like a really good base pay too.
Cool. You brought up a really good point, man. So, also to paint some context for the listener, Josh landed within a sales agency, which I always recommend. We have like some pretty good connections there because, like you mentioned, if the sales agency has a client, one that's not doing good, and then they have one that is good, and they know you are a valuable part of the team, they will move you to the one that is good. So, but that being said, dude, like I am a big proponent of the offer is truly like 80% of it. Cause I know salespeople, man, they're good. They're not great, but they make great money. They make more money than the people who are great because of the vehicle they're in. What can you say about like how much the offer, the one you're on now versus the one you were in to start, like what are the biggest differences on why this one is working? I assume it's not you just got X better at sales. Like what's the difference?
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, it's placement, right? So the first one that I was on was more on the sports side of things, and I think it's a great offer. I'm not even kidding. Like I believe in it. Think it's a great
Mhm.
one. But it was brand new. Like there was no credibility built over time, and it was scaling from ground zero. And I was the first one put on there because how aggressive I was in the interview. They were like, "Yeah, you need to go. Like we're just putting you on there. You'll make it." And I'm like, "Fuck." You know what I mean? Like, okay, cool. So I did my best. I closed a few deals on that one, but when they during a team meeting, we do call reviews almost every day within the team, which is awesome way of training, just gutting people's calls, having a good time, correcting things. And one of them was this offer I'm on now, and I haven't spoken up in weeks. Nobody's ever heard my voice, and I was like already out the door because I've been applying for other jobs through the agency, and I spoke up and I was very belligerent because those are my boys. Like I'm a vet. They loved it. I thought I was going to get fired because of the things I said and how hyped I was about it. And they actually said, "We're putting you on there immediately." And not even kidding, within a 24-hour period of being on the offer, close the first deal, then the next day, then the next day. And I racked up like from the 18th of the month when I first joined that offer to the end of the month, the third I did like almost, I think, $60,000 cash collected. Like there's no coincidence. I only cleared, 10,000
Yeah.
on the other one, right? In 3 weeks. And
Yeah.
then I did that. So the next month
Yeah.
that I'm in, okay, it's just gonna keep going from there.
Yeah, so that kind of leads to a good point. What are your look, you've already checked the box like recreate an income, get pretty decent, get on a good offer. Like what are your next goals looking forward?
I'm definitely coming for the trophy. I want to do a 20K a month. Without saying, I'm going to do that. I'm coming for the top position. I would like to say that I'm one of the top closers. I know I held the leaderboard the whole month last month until the very end because some guy got to get an opportunity to go to a physical event to close people in person, so he just crushed it. But I
Mhm.
held like third place most of the month, and then I went to fifth place at the very end of the month for the whole company or whatever, or I think the team. But I'm coming for everything. Nobody will ever outwork me. And I think that if I could say anything to the listeners, don't think just because I'm military that you can't be anything like or better than me. You just gotta want it, bro. Like you have to. Like you can't go to sleep at night knowing that you left any gas in the tank. You have to just go all in. Like what's the point of working or applying for jobs or doing anything in any field if you're not going to what they say, like don't half-ass it, full-ass it, right?
Yeah.
Don't don't cheat yourself because what are you going to do? Sit there and go through the motions and not make money and say that it sucks? Like every call, wake up, get in that bitch, give it your max effort, and you will get max return.
Yeah. I always say that former military or current military and athletes are like two of the best people that we usually have ever hired or like ever have in the community. But I'm starting through like multiple conversations with people. We have other interviews with military guys, but through those conversations, it's like I think the military guys might be beating everyone else because you guys, a lot of you guys have this thing where it's like not like blindly kind of following instructions, but like what you just said, like fully like
Mhm.
going through and like not leaving anything on the table. It's like you want to make sure that you're directionally correct, and then how you know if that's going to be what gets you the result in as little time possible is giving it your full focused attention and attacking it head on. And I think that's a trait that in the high ticket space, man, because you know, you before you jumped in here, you're probably seeing interviews and you're like, oh, this dude made 10, 15, 20. This kid's 18, made fucking 10K a month. And you're like, yeah, I know I could do like if that's real, then I know I am capable of doing that. I just don't know if it's real yet.
Well, you can't control what you don't know. Ignorance is not an insult, it's a state of mind, right? You just don't know what you don't know. You
Yeah.
can control how hard you work. So I might not be the smartest one in the room, but I will fucking outwork you. I will work until midnight, 2 in the morning. We have meetings till 3 in the morning sometimes because we're just trying to get better. You can't and then people think that you have to continue doing that. You retain what you learn. So you just keep stacking. I mean, when I first started, even though it's an offer that I resonate with, I wasn't the greatest. And now I'm putting in 50% of my energy and closing more deals because of my tactics and the way I'm presenting the calls and the frame I'm structuring. And just how I'm having fun with it. And I'm
Yeah.
finding that the more you have fun doing this, the more you actually succeed.
Yeah. How much do you think it helps you being like you are literally just like full circle moment. You got into this program years back
Yeah.
organically, but also just like let's say you didn't get into the program and you were like you are a vet and you're talking to vets, like how much do you think that helps you do well on this offer versus someone who maybe is not a vet?
I think that we have a few guys on this offer that aren't vets at all. I'm actually the only one on this offer right now that's a vet, and they're all crushing it. You have to know who your audience is. If I was to sell a tax strategy or some crap like that, I would never curse. I would be very professional. I'd wear a polo shirt. I would, I would say I wouldn't have my gun showing, which I didn't in the first offer.
Yeah.
But with this one, if I had all that on, I know how I would perceive it. I'd be like, fuck, no, this guy's gonna sell me something. I'm just already annoyed. Click. I'm one click out of here. For
Yeah.
me, it's like, what's up, dude? How's your day been? You got a kid running. What's her name? That's awesome, man. No, I don't have any kids yet. You see my dog? Oh yeah, my guns, man. Yeah. How have you been? What branch are you in? And I just get to
Yeah.
know them. I even like doing the reverse close hook a lot where I tell them, like, listen, so we can set expectations on this call. My job is not to convince you to do anything. I don't care whether you do this or not. It is not something that will affect my life, but yours. If you decide to join, I'll give you a big old hug and get you in here, get you taken care of. And if you don't, I'm glad I got to meet you. So now that you know that, what's going on, man? How you want to go about it? What do you want to explain to me? And I just work through their problems and build their trust and rapport through that. But it's also because I believe in it too, because I've actually succeeded in what I'm selling. It's a
Mhm.
very, I mean, we're talking 0.001% chance of the setup that I've got. But that
Yeah.
doesn't mean that I'm better than the other guys on here. I'm not the top closer on this account. And it's a civilian guy from Canada, not even American. That's the top
Yeah, that's
closer on
funny.
the account. So it's
What
frame, you know.
Yeah, what's your we don't usually talk about sales strategy, but honestly, I haven't spoke to you in a while, so I'm interested to kind of like hear what's working. But when moving from this was my experience. I went from roofing to remote closing, and I was like pretty shocked at how different the sales cycle actually was because I was crushing roofing, like I was the top guy, but when I came to remote closing, dude, I didn't really know how to one call close. Like I kind of went at it like I did and like just assumed I did because I'm like I can learn anything I need to, but what was it like for you, dude, going from the actual like potentially long sales cycle with roofing, with insurance and all this stuff versus like one call close, swipe the credit card?
I would argue that, in my opinion, that might hurt some feelings here. Roofing isn't sales. You are straight up convincing people to give free inspections and do all this cool stuff. You're not selling anything. When you go to a house and you're trying to sell a roof for the value, the product, the material, the warranties, then you're getting into sales. But for me to say, hey, sign here, I'm gonna take care of you. Let's see if you get approved. I mean, what really like I'm selling myself, but I'm not selling anything other than that. And then you're
Yeah.
signing contracts and you're relying on that. In this world, you have to not just build rapport in a 30-minute period, which is the window I have to close. You have to build rapport with a stranger. You have to build trust. You have to build the confidence and give them a game plan, an idea that they can succeed no matter where they are, right? And then you have to collect in my offer, $7,000 from the call. So it is significantly more challenging. But one thing that I will say that has helped me so much is my ability to just adapt. And that's something that you can learn. You don't have to be military, but when they throw me on a range and it's pissing sideways and it's 100 degrees and I didn't bring my water or something stupid, like figure it the fuck out. You have to go shoot. You have to do what you got to do. You'll be there all day. Hopefully, you don't pass out. You have to
Yeah.
learn how to adapt to your environment. If you're able to come in and drop your ego and just drop your ego at the door and just not care being corrected and getting that type of criticism, you will succeed. You got to be a
Yeah.
sponge. You got to recognize that if like you have what I want, right? You were in the community and you're doing really good in sales. I need to shut up and just do what you recommend. And that's how I've done it.
Yeah. From when you started taking closing calls to now, like you closed a deal literally just before this meeting, made a smooth $700 right before the meeting. What is like the biggest thing that you've changed in your process after all these reps that's like really helped you?
Disassociation's a big one for me. When you get excited about something, even though you have a lot of conviction, you yap a lot, you get way too into it. You start recognizing when you look at your call recordings that he talked one time and you close them, but he still talked one time. Work less. Don't ask stupid questions like, why real estate? That's dumb. Real estate makes money. Like you're not asking anything that brings the needle forward. You need to
Yeah.
be like, asking questions that open the realm for the conversation to be something that they can explain. You want them to be talking. And what you need to do is be a good listener. The more they speak, the more you just need to retain that information, and you don't need to be listening to respond, but analyzing what they say to use in the conversation to set the frame for the close, like a boa constrictor just crushing over time. Because you
Hmm.
know you're going to change your life and you're going to help them out.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to leave an offer either. I don't know if this is good or bad advice, kind of like with roofing, but stick to your moral compass. If you don't believe in what you're selling, go somewhere else. Don't be afraid to go work somewhere else. You have to love it. If you have conviction and you believe in what you're selling, it does, I think, 50% of the work for you.
Yeah, I'd agree. And I would agree with the don't be afraid to leave an offer for sure. Assuming it's for the right reasons. Now, if you're just like bad at sales, like don't leave because you're afraid of being fired. Don't leave because you have work to do. But if you've been like misled or you don't have conviction, like you should get out of there. The last thing I wanted to ask you before we wrap it up is you today, in remote closing, you're starting to like earn your stripes, you've hit a big month. What would you, Josh, today, August 13th, 2025, tell Josh August 13th, 2023, when you like first found out about this? Uh, I don't know, what kind of advice would you give to him?
I would have done anything to just get here sooner and eliminate the bullshit that happened in between. I know that sounds super cliche. You guys can hit me up personally. I'll tell you the same bullshit. You're wasting your time, your energy, your money. How much did I save up over the years and then emergencies came up and then I lost it and couldn't join? You will find a way. And I think that you showing yourself that you're going to put yourself first, that's what this is. If you join this community, you're finally putting yourself first. You need to recognize that you've never done that before. That's why it's scary, because we don't feel like we're valuable enough. The moment I joined, I literally landed my first job and I am doing more than roofing. And I wake up, drink an energy drink after hitting the gym, sit down, make a few $1,000s, and then go hang out with my wife. I went to Carolina and did it. Like, I don't have to stop working to do anything.
Yeah, that's I don't know, man. You sold me. Sounds pretty sweet.
Well, I sell for a
You
living, so
said
there.
people can you said people can reach out to you. I'll plug it down below if you want to, but where would you like people to reach out?
I mean, they could hit me up on. You can toss them my like my Instagram or something. I don't care as far as that
Cool.
goes, or if it's in the school or whatever. But I have no problems answering questions, like especially if somebody's curious about joining the cereal sales. I have no problem getting on a call and just giving them firsthand experience. I know mine you have to take with a grain of salt because I am in a perfect situation. But I've also need to take ownership in the fact that I set myself up to be in this situation. Because if I never joined cereal sales, I would have never had a full circle, and I would have never done
Yeah.
that, and I would have still been roofing.
Yeah. Well, shoot, man. No, this has been good. It's been good catching up too, to kind of hear what the latest with you. But for any of you guys watching, yeah, I would just like to say, like, Josh's result is not an average result. Like, he goes above and beyond. That's why he gets above and beyond results. So, yeah, I mean, I appreciate you coming on, Josh. If you guys have any questions, hit me up, hit him up. If he's not getting paid for this, so go easy on him. But yeah,
I
no, I
believe in it.
appreciate you
Like I
coming on.
said, man, I believe in it. So you
Cool.
guys can. I waited 2 years to join, so you're not going to hit me with anything that I didn't think about for 2 years before I pulled the trigger.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, cool, man. I appreciate you running this with us. And if you guys are considering jumping in, I think you should do it. There's a whole playlist where maybe you'll find this one of about 50 other people saying the same thing. So that's it. Thanks for watching, y'all.